Hey friends, welcome back. I am getting ready for family to visit. Now, word to the wise, if you have friends or family coming to visit, you want to start this process like 2 weeks in advance, because one of the things I do is I will cut things back so that they're ready to flush again by the time my guests arrive. I will also do the same thing with my containers. I'll pinch those back so they're nice and fluffy in 2 weeks when I give them a nice fertilizer. And one of the other things that I do is I like to have a nice living centerpiece. And this is the one I created last year. Now, I created this with a mixture of things that were hardy to my zone and things that weren't. Things that I did not expect to come back at all. Well, lo and behold, some of these items, like this guy and this guy, they're coming back. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna clean up this bowl, and I just want like one little nice, beautiful thing done and on my dining room table and ready to fill in. So when my guests arrive, it's just peak perfection. So I'm going to bring you in close and I'm going to show you what I'm going to clean up. And then I'm going to dig out old root systems, and then we're going to do some shopping and get new little babies to come in here. So here's the sweet little centerpiece. You can tell which things came back. We've got, of course, this Sedum. I think this is some sort of sun sparkler series. Semper Vivum, unknown variety. But we had a couple things die off. Like this guy here, obviously didn't make it. This guy was not supposed to come back. However, look at what happened. So when you go through a winter and your sedum is a little too kind of ginger and delicate, they can get really crusty like this and real limp biscuit. So what I decided to do is look at all of this gorgeous new growth coming in. So here's the action plan. I'm gonna take off all the old growth. I'm gonna let this be tiny and adorable. Look at this guy. This guy wasn't supposed to come back. So I'm gonna snip off that and let it fill in. And then I'm gonna take out like this guy here. That guy didn't make it. There was another one in here. Oh, yep, there it's old root mass. This guy didn't make it, so he's gone. And I think this little guy right here, do you see all of these just frost burned tips? I think I might try to take some of these off and see what happens with just the little center left. And then once I have it all cleaned up, we're gonna do some shopping because I wanna add new life to this bowl because I want it to look gorgeous for when family arrives. Okay, so I'm gonna start by snipping out this old dead foliage, and we're gonna see if this little fuzzy guy comes back. Next, I'm just gonna remove these. Guys, if you've never done this before, this is incredibly satisfying. Now, I have seen people root these leaves in soil. I'm not gonna do that. I don't have time for that. I got stuff to do and company to prepare for. So I am just going to break these little cuties off and let this guy flush in new. Okay. Oh, you guys, that actually does not look bad at all. I've got a rosette here, here, down here, and then I have two over here. That I think is gonna be beautiful. Okay, next. This one, it's a little, like these guys are almost detached. So I'm gonna take these ones off the bottom. And let's just see what I'm left with here. I may pull this out. This may go in a free pile at the curb, but let's just see if I can salvage it a little bit. Gosh, I'm not left with a whole lot here. I'm not feeling terribly hopeful, but you know, we'll give it a go anyways. All right, I'm gonna call that. Okay, that looks very sad. But I think what's gonna be cool is I can put something kind of down in here. I can fill in this whole area, and I'm kind of feeling like I can tuck something right in there. And this will bloom a beautiful raspberry. And so part of me thinks I might get something with some color over here as well. And I feel like the key to any and all of these sedum bowls is texture and vibrancy. And I feel like sedums and sempervivums, they come in such a beautiful array of cool tones, more chartreuse tones. We've got something very like beautifully purpley bronze here. So we can work in a lot of detail, and I'm never afraid to do that. Whenever you have a container arrangement that is meant to be enjoyed from a seated position, so in a dining room, right next to a bench, so on and so forth, those are the things that you can pack full of little details that will allow you to drink it in as you're sitting there, and it becomes like a little bit meditative and a conversation piece. So all that having been said, it's time to do some shopping. In the interest of saving time and saving a little bit of money, I have come to Fred Meyer. Now, if you are not from the Pacific Northwest, Fred Meyer is a Kroger brand. They're like a huge grocery store that also has a little bit of housewares, a little bit of clothing, and an awesome garden center. I will say, not all Fred Meyers are created equal. If you want to get hyper specific, I am at the Fred Meyer in Ballard, the one that's on like 45th. I find that one has the best garden center. The one that's just to the north, not as good. But even the one in Bellevue, not as good. This is one you go to. They have a lot of amazing things. I love to support a wide variety of brands, and I'm kind of on the hunt for some Little Prince product because they do a lot of really good tiny things. Little Prince is a brand out of Oregon. I know Mark Lickety. I've been there. I've toured their facilities. They're a great grower. Now, the one problem with coming to Fred Meyer, I will tell you right now, is that I get massively distracted. In fact, the reason we're over here is because I saw this adorable violet. So cute. It is not a sedum. It is not a succulent. It is not going in the bowl, but it was very cute. So I think we're going to jump over to the other side and see what we can dig up. So when you are planning your own sedum bowl, you really want to look for things that say like water misers. That's like the thing that's on all the Little Prince tags. Something that is drought tolerant, something that is super bulletproof, because this goes in the center of my table and I only water it like a couple times and that's it. So I already have something big kind of and fluffy. I could add a second, but part of me is thinking I might want to add another low rosette. Another part of me is actually thinking I want to add something that's fuzzy because I don't know how quickly my little fuzzy guy is going to come back. And then the other thing I'm on the hunt for is I'm thinking maybe a Delosperma. Delosperma is really cool. They have them right down here. This little guy reacts to the sunlight, and so it opens during the day and closes up at night. I was able to find one last year that was like a baby pink color. Oh my gosh, it was so stinking cute. So I'm looking for that one. But let's do a little perusal. See what we can find. This is what I got last year. They have these little things called plant poppers. Would you look how freaking adorable that is? Holy cannoli. That thing is so stinking cute. I will tell you, there's one back here that totally made me squeal. Are you ready? Are you ready? Would you look at that? Oh my gosh. Gray. Beautiful. I actually love that it's sending out this little alien cone. Okay. I think it's time to get to work. Oh my gosh, they've got fuzzies. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That one is so cute. And look at all these babies that are coming off of it. That is a heck of a healthy plant. I will tell you that right now. Okay. All right. I think we have some work cut out for us. So let me gather some, and we're going to place it with some textures because I think the key to a succulent bowl is mixing and matching all of your textures. Okay, I found some more honkers. Okay, these are not actually called honkers, but they're just these big, beautiful little nuggets. I mean, look at this thing. They just watered. Look at the water right in the middle. Is that not the most beautiful thing you have ever seen? Okay, of course it's me, so I'm going to pull weeds while I'm here. Look at this guy. How cool is that bloom? That is so beautiful. This is an echeveria called Gilva. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I think I wanna choose a couple of big guys, and then I wanna flood it with some of those smaller ones from Little Prince. And so let me pull some ideas and we'll go from there. I still wanna find that Delisperma that I had last year. I don't think it's gonna happen though. But I'm gonna take one more spin to see if anything else pops out. I think these are very sweet. Crassula tarantula, that's cool. Okay, I like the tarantula. I love this little guy. That one is so cute. You know what I wish I had? A Bootstrap farmer tray. I tell you, that thing is like the best invention. Okay, so I've got a couple of these ones with the blue cast to it. I've got a little bit of light green. I've got a medium tone green. And then I love a little dark nugget. Like how, can we just, look how cute that is. I almost want to get 2 of them. Oh, you guys, this is getting dangerous. This is so cute. So we've got something little, we've got something ruffly. Look at this fuzzy texture. It's called tarantula. It's a crassula. Isn't that amazing? So I had to resort to cardboard, which I'm not happy about, but it is what it is. I forgot my Bootstrap at home. But here's kind of what I love to do. I love to line everybody up, right? And this one is actually what I have. It's, let me read it to you. It's Stonecrop, Sedum, Sun Sparkler, Dazzleberry. So this is what I have in the container back home. And I grabbed one just because I think it's really important to have a good idea of what we're working with. And what's really funny is look how much blue I have. So I think I need to work in like a bright green. I'm gonna go see if I can find like a big chunky sedum. Ooh, do I dare with an aloe? Is that cray cray? You guys, what if I put an aloe in there? Is that kind of cool or is that weird? Or is it amazing? I mean, this is the mid-tone green. I kind of like that it has a little bit of spotting on it. Interesting. You guys, I might put an aloe in. What? Who am I? Oh my gosh. I can't, this would make a really kind of like fun centerpiece. Okay. You guys, that actually is really cool. I may be getting too big for my britches here. I may be, is that insane? Gosh, you guys, that is so cool. That is beautiful form. Holy. Am I dropping a lot of money on succulents? Possibly. Is it gonna look cool? Definitely. I think I have so much going on here. I don't know if I need this. Also, let's not spend $1 million on succulents today. This is what I'm getting. Some nice bright shots of green. Do I get 3 of the little baby nuggets? Those things are so cute. And then I'll have some of this raspberry and then I'll have some pink on the other side. So I'll have like nice color coming through. Look at this one. You guys, I could spend all day looking at succulents because they're so interesting. And I think this is what makes it the perfect centerpiece because you get to enjoy all this stuff. And it's so finely detailed. I think I gotta cut myself off. I'll see you at home. So we're back. And I think that I'm gonna start by just placing a few things to see what this arrangement is gonna look like. And the way I'm kind of envisioning it, and the way I like to do a sedum bowl is I like to mix, I like to get really contrasty textures next to one another. So what I'm kind of thinking is I've got this huge element here and part of me kind of wants it offside. So maybe it's like a little asymmetrical. Then I've got 2 things that I want to work with. This is one floral element. So part of me says I want the other floral element kind of coming off this side. And then this is such a baby cute texture that maybe I want it there. Then I've got this guy who is just, actually I really like that there. I've got another one of these little kind of upright ones here. You know what I may have to do? I may have to take these little cuties out. Hold on just a second. Dang, I wanted to save more. Well, maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll take this guy out. Look how cute that is. And I'm gonna tuck him back in. We're just gonna reorient them a little bit. Cute. I love that. So friends, the one thing that I really recommend is getting yourself like a little cork trivet. Sometimes they actually advertise these as plant coasters. I got a 2-pack off Amazon, nothing fancy. I also have one that has like snarky plant sayings that I got at a local plant store, but that one's inside and it's decorative. But all that to say, when you do a living centerpiece and you're using a container, put down a cork trivet first so you don't scratch the heck out of your expensive table, because I'm all about protecting the investment. We work hard for our money. Okay, let's bring our new living arrangement in. Oh my gosh. Okay, friends, here she is. You guys, I am so tickled with this arrangement. And what I decided to do is I decided to throw back in everything that was partially coming back, because I want this sucker packed by the end of our growing season. Now, what's really cool about an arrangement like this is you can use these beautiful shallow containers. I've chosen something that is intricately textured because I feel like it echoes the intricate nature of what we've got going on here. Also, you can do this with no flowering moments, but for me, obviously, I'm a flower girl, so I'm gonna bring in a beautiful flowering sedum, this beautiful delosperma, and I think the other key to an arrangement like this is layering in textures. You want something glossy, you want something fuzzy, you want something muted, you want a big leaf, a small leaf, vary up your leaf shapes as well. We've got kind of like a cute little oval here, big, ruffled, and then over here, just these chunky little like rounded leaves. And then of course, our spiky nuggets back here. I mean, oh, and then the fuzzy guys, come on. I mean, who doesn't love a fuzzy sedum? But all that to say, go wild, get tons of texture, and then have a good play. And what is wonderful is you'll end up with a centerpiece that is totally delectable. It is incredibly intricate. And as you're here having a dinner party with your friends, your loved ones, they all have something to take in. And because of the intricate nature, it is like the perfect centerpiece for any table. By the way, this is incredibly low maintenance. And when I say low maintenance, I do mean low maintenance. I watered this in. Obviously, I want to settle the soil, get rid of air pockets, so on and so forth. But I probably won't water this again for almost a month. And it's gonna be fine, even as our temperatures climb. And so for me, I already have so much I'm doing with my business and the garden and YouTube. I don't want one more crazy thing that I have to take care of. And this is low maintenance, about as low maintenance as it gets. Okay, I'm gonna see you in the next one. In the meantime, get out there, make yourself a succulent bowl and say hello to your garden for me.